Was number 7 one of the problems I assigned? It was, right? Okay, go to your paper, everybody. Go to number 7. Go to your number 7. Now, if you have any questions about this, ask me today, because after today, this part of the next test is done. This will be the first part of your next test, sometime next week. It's going to look just like you see on the papers there, where you got to draw the graph, find all the parts. If you know the relationship, this really ain't that hard. How do you start these? What's the first thing you do? What's the first thing you did? There's number 7. Come on, cooperate with me. This is going to take about 20 minutes, and then you're going to add to that homework, then you're going to turn it in. David. Okay. Say that? Okay, now listen to me, because somebody asked me this yesterday. There's fractions in this. So when you go to your graph, you got to be a little smart about this. You're not going to need a lot of units. Do you see that the biggest unit here is 1.5, 3 halves? So when you go to your graph, listen, make your units, when you mark them, a little bigger. Do you understand what I'm saying? Because if you don't, your graph's going to be microscopic. You're going to be able to hardly see it. So this is 2, 1.5. Now watch what I'm going to do here. 2, 1.5. 2, 1.5 is right there. There's the focus. Where's this? What'd you do? If you did it right, you should have your graph there. This is number 7. How'd you draw this? Come on. Ethan?
0, 1 half. It's like on the y-axis.
No. How did you graph the directrix? It was much more than what you just said. The directrix is a line.
Yeah.
Okay, well, you didn't tell me what to do. How am I going to draw the directrix?
Draw a line on.
What kind of a line?
A solid line.
What kind of a line?
Oh, horizontal line.
Okay, y equals the numbers horizontal. So look, here's 1/2. Y equals 1/2 is right there. There's the directrix. So on your paper with all your blanks, what's the type? Where is it open? See, these should be easy questions to fill in now. What's the type? Where is it open? Andrew?
Y down.
No, can't go down. That's impossible. And let me just clear this up.
I read the wrong one.
Okay, why? It's got to go. Tell me, how do you know, why do you know it goes up? What I tell you yesterday was all on that study sheet, all them notes. Just tell me how you know it goes up. Quick.
The focus has to be inside the curve. So
And also, it always opens away from where the directrix was. It could never go into the directrix, okay? So this is a Y that goes up. Where's the vertex? That's the midpoint rule. I hope you are agreeing with me when I say, if you know the relationships, this really isn't that hard, is it? If you know how everything's connected. Where's the vertex? Rob?
2, 1.
It's the midpoint. It splits the focus and the directrix, right? Now look. There's the vertex. So on your paper, that's 2, 1 you should have filled in there. Let's go. If you made mistakes here, fix them. All right, Dave, get off that, thank you. Now, where's the axis of symmetry? Come on, where is it? Tell me where to draw it in. Noah?
The dashed line through the focus and vertex.
It always goes through the vertex and the focus. So on your paper, what's going in the blank where it says axis of symmetry? Vertical. Andrew? X equals 2. Okay, what's H, K, and P? Well, this really isn't that hard once you know how it's all connected. What are the values of H, K, and P? Those are the 3 values you need to know for parabolas. Jack?
H is 2, K
H is 2, K is 1.
P is 1 half.
Did you hear that, everybody? Somebody, how do you, Jack, how do you know, why do you know P is 1/2?
Because it's out.
But how do you know it's 1/2?
Oh,
Distance from where to where?
the focus to the
No, right here. Vertex to focus is P. That's only half a unit, so P is a half. Standard equation. Now, this was a Y type, right? So how does the standard equation start, regardless of what kind it is? Here, let me write this down. 4P times Y minus K equals X minus H quantity squared. Now, you're gonna hear this Monday when we get back to school, but I'll tell you now. How do you know what type it is? By just looking at the equation. Now, listen to the answer to this. We're gonna get into this Monday. Whichever variable is not squared, that's the type. Now, hear me here. This is gonna come into play next Monday and Tuesday, big time. The variable not squared is the type. That's why this is an X. Or, I'm sorry, this is a Y. So what's 4 times P? Where's P? 4 times P. Just plug them in. Ethan. 2. Times. Just plug them in, somebody. Tell me what to write down. Now, if you did it and you got it right, it's right on your paper. Max.
Y minus 1,
Equals.
x minus 2 squared.
Okay. Remember, H is always with X, K is always, so there's, now don't square that out, don't distribute, there it is. And then the 2 points. Okay, now, I dictated the note to you yesterday. So how do I get these 2 points? That's the only thing left. Get the 2 points and draw it, you're done. Tim, iPad, put it away, buddy. Thank you. How do you get the 2 points? Joe?
You got the distance between F and the directrix.
Okay, did you hear that? Distance from the focus to the directrix determines the 2 points. What is the distance from the focus to the directrix? Nathan?
1.
1 unit. So all you do, let me just put this here. Now, look, I'm going to have to put 1 unit there. Where do you measure it from, though? Nathan?
The focus.
Okay, so you just go to the focus, and then this is like the mirror, right? 1 over there, 1 over here. So look, here's the focus. 1 here, 1 here. And then remember, these are U's. Now, don't just stop there. You just extend up, and extend up. Now, I don't know what you did there. I'm kind of hoping you got most of that correct. Does anyone have a question? That was number 7. How many of you got it right? I mean completely right. Okay. Now I only have one thing to show you today, and then I'm going to add to that assignment, and then you're going to turn in all your papers. Now you can't go, on the papers I gave you yesterday, how many blanks are on there left?
None.
You sure?
Yeah. You guys
Just
left.
5 problems to do, we did 3 sample problems.
Okay. Okay, now you can't, don't go to the blank sheet I gave you. Go in your notebook right now and copy down this right here. Go in your notebook. Don't go on one of those graph paper sheets I gave you, or the handouts. Write this down. This is number 9 on the worksheet. Right, this is going in your notebook. Now, what did I show you yesterday? The problems I assigned was what? 4, 5, 7, 8, and 10, right? Some were focus and directrix. Some were vertex and focus. So this is the only one I haven't shown you. What if they give you the vertex and the directrix? Okay, now, go ahead and draw your graph. Now make it big enough. Make it big enough. In your notebook, make it big enough. You're going to write all this in your notebook. Now, somebody talk to me here. When you start drawing the stuff on the graph, what are you going to have to really make sure of here? Even more so than this one. See, because there was fractions in here. What did I say when there was fractions in your points here? Rob.
You should make the points more spread out.
Make your units bigger. Now, guys, don't stop. You got to make sure you're going to do this the right way. You got to make them even bigger. What's the biggest amount of a unit that you need in that given? What's the largest amount you need for units in what you see there? Somebody. What's the largest amount of a unit you need in that given?
One.
Actually, not even one. The biggest there is half a unit, isn't it? So, look. Look. Boom. That's one. Do you see what I'm doing? Guys, if you don't do this, that's one. That's one. That's one. If you don't, do you understand if you don't make them bigger? Do you understand you're going to have, like this one, if I didn't make this big, you know, I might have had a parabola look like frickin' that. Be microscopic. So you got to use your head when you have, right, make your units bigger. Okay, now watch what I'm going to do here. I'm going to make it a little smaller. There's a half. There's a half. There's a half. There's a half. You see how I just made the tick mark a little smaller? Okay, you with me? I mean, you got to be smart about this. This is 1/2, comma, negative 1/4. Watch me. And then you do the same. Everybody look. 1/2. Now, where's negative 1/4? Well, it's half of a half, right? 1/2, comma, negative 1/4 is right there. There's the vertex. Where's this? Where is it? Andrew?
Down 1/2,
What kind of a line is this?
horizontal.
Okay, so this is a horizontal line going through negative 1/2. Rob, get off there. Come on, you guys. When I say you don't need negatives, you don't need them. Y equals negative 1/2 is right here. Draw it. It's a solid line through negative 1/2. Okay, there's your givens. Okay, now on your paper, in your notebook, you're just going to have to write these down. What's the type? Where's it open? Come on, this part's easy. What's the type? Where's it open? Well, you're all clear on this stuff. If you have any questions about this, ask me today here, because this part's going to be done after today. Alex.
Oh, why and open that.
Y goes up, so you can just write that in your notebook. Y goes up. Where's, you're just going to have to write these. Where's the focus? Now, come on, you guys got to be smart here. Look at the graph. The vertex is the midpoint between the focus and the directrix. So where would the focus be on that graph? Look. Rob.
1/2, comma, 0.
How much of a unit is that? From here to here? 1/4 of a unit, right? So 1/4 above must be where the focus is. So what did you say that ordered pair was?
1/2, comma, 0.
1/2, comma, 0. Question? Be careful. Okay, where's that? Where's the axis? Symmetry. Come on, everything's there. Do you see when you find one thing, it leads to another? You find one thing, it just leads to the next thing you need to know. Howard.
X equals 1/2.
Okay, dotted line, put it in there. And that's a vertical line, so that's x equals 1/2 it goes through. Okay, H, K, and P. Somebody? What are they? Do you see how one item leads to another item? Pretty quick. Come on, somebody just state them for me. H, K, and P. Boom, 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 right down the line. What are they? What are they? Come on. David, what's H and K?
1/2, 0, 1.
Whoa, 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 whoa. What's K? K is not 0. H and K come from the vertex, remember?
Oh,
Negative 1/4. What's P? Positive 1/4. Are you clear on that? Look. Now, what if this was going down? Well, it would have been negative 1/4 then. Okay, standard equation. You don't have to write this down every time, what I'm doing here. I just want you all to see it. Okay, just plug, all you're doing is plugging those numbers in. Go ahead, tell me what to write down. Standard equation. Come on, what are, just plug in your values. Take the 4 times the P, put in the K, put in the H, and you got it. Max, what's 4 times P?
Would be 1.
4 times 1/4 would be 1. Now, I'll put it there, but you wouldn't even have to write the 1, right? Keep going, Max.
Y plus 1/4.
Did you hear that? And you gotta be careful here with your signs. Y minus a minus 1/4 is Y plus 1/4. Keep going.
Equals x minus 1/2 squared.
Equals X minus 1/2 squared. Boys, when you put these in, you don't do anything to it. Leave it. There's the standard equation. Monday, we're gonna do something else, but we'll wait till Monday. And the 2 points, then we're done. I'll tell you what I want you to do. The 2 points, how do I mark off to get the 2 points? Jack,
0, 0, 1,
tell me how you got that.
focus from the directors,
What is the distance?
1, or, no.
Do you all see focus to directions? It's half a unit. Just half a unit. Look, here to here, that's half a unit. Remember, this was 1. We cut it in half. So you go here. Look, half a unit here. Half a unit there. So on your answers. Say that again, Jack. What are those 2 points?
0, 0, and 1, 0.
Those came out kind of nice. And then, go ahead and draw it. Now, one more thing before I give you the homework. Now, do you know what the definition meant? Yes, sir.
I'm about to leave, so can I take my test right now?
Why are you leaving?
I have to go out of town.
Are you gonna stay here till you finish it then? Here you go.
Verse 6.
He's down there.
Verse 6
He's down there for an hour. Because he was all of left like half of last year. All of this.
All right, look. Here's the point. Remember I was doing this yesterday? What's the definition saying? Definition is saying the distance to the directrix is the same as the focus. It doesn't matter where it's at. The distance here is the same as the distance there. Okay, now, go to the blank one I gave you passed out today. Now listen to what I want you to do here. Go to the new blank one I gave you. Now I want you right now, before you start, in the first open space, call it problem A, write it on your paper right now. You're not gonna take no picture here.
I didn't get it.
Here you go. Write them on the handout. Put this to the left, call it A, put this, call it B, put that, call it C. Write it on your paper right now. Don't start the problem yet. John, I'm done.